Hello, RWBY fans and theorists, it's JBlade 2000 here, with another episode of RWBY Theory. Now, from the beginning of time, man has wanted companionship. Man has wanted to feel loved. In fact, my belief as a Christian is that man was created to have a relationship with the Creator God. Any way you look at it, people want that to be with other people. But what happens when that want is overwhelming? What happens when you want a significant other so strongly? Well, your perception changes. You don't think with your head, and instead you feel with your heart. You can be persuaded that someone loves you when really they don't. So today's theory is kind of a takeoff of my Powers of the Chaos Syndicate video, where I said that Cinder might have some kind of hypnotism power to snare some of the boys at Beacon. And as I thought about it, it seems very unlikely that she would do that. But here's the thing. What if she only needs one hero? Think about it. She has snuck into Beacon Academy. Beacon Academy trains heroes and warriors. If you would need some kind of hero, you would go there. If you would need a champion, just a pile of potential energy, a hub of just unmatched strength that just needs some place to go, you would look at Beacon. You would try to find someone at Beacon that has power but doesn't know how to use it, so you can shape them to your control. Enter Jaune. Now, we know that Jaune does want a significant other, does want a girlfriend. As he stated to Ruby and Yang, my dad said that all girls look for is confidence, and he was trying to be confident with Weiss and Pyrrha, but he just kind of came off as rude. And we know that he has a huge crush on Weiss, either like he was in that big stadium thing that was in the white trailer, or he just saw it on TV, or just when he saw her at Beacon or whatever. We don't really know when that started, but we do know he has a big crush on her. And Pyrrha, as well, has a big crush on Jaune, which we're not quite sure why all that is, except that Jaune treats her as a real person. Now, Jaune kind of feels stuck, because he has a crush on Weiss and has been trying to flirt with her and court her, but she has pushed him away. And now Neptune comes into the picture. Weiss has a crush on Neptune, and so even though she kind of smiled at him at the dance when she asked Neptune, you know, why did you come over to talk to me? And he's like, oh, Jaune sent me over. She still has those feelings for Neptune. Maybe less so now that he didn't show up at the dance, but she might still have those feelings. And Jaune really has no clue Pyrrha likes him. And I'll get into that whole concept in a later video. But, so Jaune feels stuck. He wants to be loved by a girl, but Weiss shuns his advances, and he doesn't realize Pyrrha likes him. Now, Jaune doesn't have much self-confidence. And so, he doesn't know what he can do yet. And Jaune is also kind of gullible and innocent, able for someone to come in and mold him, either Pyrrha or perhaps Cinder. Let's think about this. Cinder is in Beacon, and we know from her personality that she knows she is a very beautiful woman, and she flaunts that. She is very manipulative. She has a smooth, sexy voice, and props to the voice actress on Cinder, because, ma'am, you give a terrifying performance. Anyway, and so Cinder flaunts what she has. And so with Jaune, she can play innocent and sweet and kind. Now, here's the theory, that Cinder kind of starts paying attention to Jaune, cheering him on at practice matches, meeting up with him to study, etc., etc., getting more and more friendly and stuff. And then she asked him on a date, and they start flirting, and Jaune thinks he has finally found someone. Cinder is beautiful, Cinder is kind, he's finally found someone that likes him. He finally found someone who loves him. But that's not Cinder's intention. She's just stringing him along. And now Cinder tells him that he has potential. He can be the hero he wanted to be. Because with Jaune, he would need two things in a girl. One, he would need someone that supports him, someone that encourages him, someone that can tell him that he has potential, that he can be the hero he wants to be. He also needs a girl with power. Right now, Jaune is very powerless. He isn't that great of a swordsman yet, and so he would need someone with power, either Pyrrha or Cinder, Pyrrha, sorry, I keep pronouncing it wrong, to show him how to gain power. Now, what if Cinder kind of teaches him ancient dark arts that help him win those practice matches and just fight Grimm and become this epic fighter? And so, Jaune kind of pushes Pyrrha and even Weiss and RWBY and Juniper away for Cinder, because he believes that Cinder loves him, and he wants to spend time with the person who loves him. And Cinder just kind of makes him this big hero. But finally, RWBY and Juniper catch up to him, and they want to talk to him about Cinder. He is becoming obsessed with Cinder. He is becoming scary. He is a good fighter. Yes, he has become a good fighter, but he is taking this way too far. Alright, Jaune says with a smile. If you can beat me, I'll step away from Cinder. And so Pyrrha agrees to a practice match, and so they fight, and Jaune bests her. He finally bests her, and so he says, you know, I knew I was tough. I finally beat you, with a smug smile, and that sort of thing. And he just walks off, and Pyrrha is defeated, partly because she knows this is her fault, that she didn't tell Jaune point blank, that she didn't make sure Jaune knew he was wanted and he was loved. Now, it's not only a romantic thing. Team Juniper needs a leader, and if they don't tell Jaune that they need him, that Jaune is an important part of their team as a friend, then his confidence will wane as well. It's not just romantic. So then, Jaune and Cinder go across the country, and they build this army, because now Jaune has become the hero he has always wanted to be. Jaune has done miraculous things, slay Grimm, heal people with those dark arts and stuff. He's become a legend. And finally, he has a beautiful girl on his arm. He's a hero. He gets respect. Everything he's ever wanted. But unfortunately, he's a puppet under Cinder's control. So that's basically the theory. There is a possibility for this coming to fruition. And it is a very slim possibility. And I really hope it doesn't happen, because Jaune is one of my favorite characters in RWBY. And I know there's a lot of hate tossed his way. And I'll address all that in a later video. But for now, that's just kind of what I see, and is kind of a possibility of something happening.